flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please.
Brown.
Present.
Calhoun. Here. Fournier.
Here.
Brock.
Here.
McGarity.
Here.
Rick.
Here.
Yor.
Here.
Okay, we have announcements, acknowledgments, communications, and reports. And today we have with us State Representative Denise Menser, and she has a presentation. Denise, you want to come on up?
So you guys might remember.
Wait, you got to come to the mic so people can hear you.
So you guys might remember that I had a little a Santa Claus that wanted to do some good things for the city, and we were able to get a drone for the fire department and some mouth guards for the football team at the rec center and some gift cards. But now I have the last gift, and it goes to Jeff Wood. I promise not to start it up.
Cover.
Yeah.
This is a 14-inch battery-powered steel chainsaw that he's happy about.
On behalf of the Department of Public Services, thank you so much for everything that you do for our community and the continued support of the work that we do. Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, it's my city too, you know, it's my city too.
Can we make sure that we get a picture with,
Oh,
you
yeah.
want to take a picture and, well, it's for our social media? Thank you. Yeah. Right.
And then can you send it to me?
Nope.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I will. All right, let's do set, go. Let's do one like this. Get my finger out of the shot. Okay. I will send them to you.
Thank you.
I'll send them to you if you want it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll send them to you.
Send them to him, yeah, yeah.
Start that baby up. We're gonna cut this meeting short today.
Oh, really? Yeah.
It's unimpressive because it doesn't make any noise.
Right, exactly. All right. I have a statement that I want to read just in light of some of the things that have been going around on social media. And so just to make sure that we clarify some things. The City of Mount Clemens is aware of recent media coverage and renewed public discussion regarding allegations of animal abuse and the city's response to complaints involving a specific property. Following the city's initial public statement, additional allegations were raised related to videos posted by the dog owner on social media. In response, the Macomb County Sheriff's Office assigned a detective to conduct a comprehensive review of the matter in its entirety, including complaints and enforcement actions dating back to 2016. As part of this review, the detective consulted with Macomb County Chief of Animal Control, Jeff Randazzo. After a thorough investigation, which included review of historical records, complaints, and the recently raised allegations, investigators found no evidence of violations of local ordinances or state law by the dog owner. Since 2016, the City of Mount Clemens and the Macomb County Sheriff's Office have responded to more than 40 complaints related to the dogs at the property. At no time has evidence of abuse, neglect, or animal cruelty been substantiated. The only issue identified during this period was dog licensing, and that was promptly corrected. The dog owner has consistently cooperated with the city and complied with all requests, including voluntary kennel improvements and redirection of exterior lighting. Despite a recent media report, the city also reiterates that it formally adopted the Macomb County Animal Control Best Practices in 2023 and took an extra step by strengthening language having to do with extreme weather and outdoor habitats in May of 2025. The city has applied those standards throughout its handling of this matter. Based on the findings of the investigation, there is no factual basis to support claims of animal cruelty. This situation appears to be the result of an ongoing neighbor dispute. However, the city will continue to respond promptly and appropriately to any new credible complaints. The City of Mount Clemens remains committed to protecting animal welfare and ensuring that all concerns are reviewed thoroughly, fairly, and based on evidence. So thank you very much. I will just mention, is there any other announcements, acknowledgements, communications, or reports at this time? All right, we will move on to adoption of the agenda.
Move to adopt the agenda as presented.
Support.
Any questions or comments about the agenda? Call the roll, please.
Brown. Yes. Calhoun.
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Crop.
Yes.
McGarity.
Yes.
Rick.
Yes.
York.
Yes.
Okay, this is the portion of the meeting where we allow the public to address the commission. We invite you to come up to the microphone. We ask that you give us your full name, your residential address, and you abide by our 3-minute rule. We do not always give responses back at this meeting. We allow our staff to give you a response at the following meeting so that they may answer your question thoroughly. If you would like to address the commission at this time, we ask that you come to the microphone. You can move it down, Ruthie. I think it'll come down.
Okay.
There you go.
Good evening. Ruthie Stevenson, 69 Bain. I would just like to say and wish each and every one a blessed Kwanzaa, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever holiday you serve. A blessed, safe New Year to each and every one. And thank you for the work that you've done this year. And as we roll into 2026, I pray your strength, knowledge to do what is good for the citizens of Mount Clemens.
Thank you. Thank you. And Happy New Year to you, too.
Summer Paris Shaffy, address 115 South Main, Mount Clemens 48043. I've been in the lines of the homeless problem. The people at the other church. There's quite a line of people out there. The line could get bigger. The world has a big issue out there. In Oklahoma, Tennessee, Michigan has a homeless problem too. People are sleeping outside in the cold in tents. And I just take consideration, watch the homeless videos, what they go through. They feel like they're invisible. Nobody sees them. They're like they're not important sometimes because they don't work. So a lot of work. There's doctors and lawyers who live in these vehicles and they got to move them so in different states. There's all kind of restaurant people that work and live in their vehicles, and people that live in tents that they want to work, but to some that don't want to work, that's up to them. But I've been trying to help them, and God put that
Thank you, Summer.
in my heart. And please take consideration, watch the videos.
Thank you, Summer.
And I hope y'all can help me get some to start a building or something. The old school, that if you're gonna tear it down, the old house, those schools, that's big enough for the house, all the people in Mount Clemens. There would be nobody in the streets, nobody freezing.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
If there's anyone else who would like to address the commission, please come forward. Oh, wait, okay.
Hi, my name is Mary Lou. I live at 89 Gallup.
Mary
I
Lou-
want to talk about these dogs that I...
Mary Lou,
What-
can you give us your last name, please, for the record?
Boomer.
Thank you.
I want to talk about these dogs. Isn't the fact that they're barking all night and keeping all the neighbors up, isn't that a reason enough that enough is enough? And also, does he have a special license to have more than four dogs? I want to know the answer to that. Do you guys allow breeding in Mount Clemens? That's what I'd like to know. Because the people that live close to him, they can't get a good night's sleep. If that was your neighbor, what would you think?
Hello. My name is Joellen Clark. My address is 13328 Gilbert Road. I'm from Riley, Michigan. I am from the Mount Clemens Farmers Market. I sit on the board of directors, and I'm also a farmer on that market. We came tonight to voice our objections to the city entering a lease with the Consumers Energy for the lot on North River Road. We learned about this 2 days after the fact. We had no idea this was on the table. I've since watched that commissioners' meeting a few times. I heard the term improved access several times, and I question improved access for who? Currently, we sit in a neighborhood of senior citizens and low-income residents. The city plans on placing us in the middle of a convoluted maze of one-way streets. The only ones that are actually going to have extra improved access are those handful of residents that actually live in the DDA district. The size of the lot was also mentioned. I can't dispute what square footage of either lot is, but I will point out some things. The River Road lot is a wide open space. It has one median that holds the bus stop. The Roscott lot has raised concrete medians with parking meters in between each row of cars. We'll also lose our restrooms, our electricity, our storage. I also heard that this fits within the DDA strategic plan. I wasn't sure what that was, but I looked it up, and I'm going to read what I found. Goal: explore establishing the farmers market as a downtown institution. Action step 1, establish a stronger relationship with the leadership of the market. Action 2, identify a downtown location of the Mount Clemens Farmers Market beginning with the 2025 season. Action step 3, if the DDA and the Mount Clemens Farmers Market are unable to agree to a new downtown location, then establish a new DDA-run market. Apparently, the city jumped right to step 3. What I didn't hear mentioned in any of the conversation was the fact that the farmers market has a written lease agreement with the city regarding that lot. And there's a process to follow if either one of us want out of that lease. That process wasn't followed. The city just simply entered into a rental agreement with someone else. What I struggle to understand is that Mount Clemens has what every municipality in the state wants and they strive for, and that's a viable farmers market within their city. You have one, and it's located within your city limits across the street from the DDA district, and quite frankly, it comes with very little effort or financial contribution from the city. Why are you so desperate to move us? Why does the city and DDA feel that the success of the downtown hinges on whether or not a farmer's market is in the DDA district? We urge the commission to reconsider the rental agreement with the Consumers Energy and honor the lease that you have with us. If you would like to terminate our lease, you need to do it properly. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission?
Hi, everybody. Happy.
Can you give us your full name and your residence?
Yes, my name is Sharon M. Stuckey, and my address is 255 East Lafayette, Romeo, Michigan. And I recently moved there 2 years ago from Sterling Heights. I'm here to talk about the poor little dogs that are out there suffering. It is so cold out there right now that these poor little dogs are suffering. You can't imagine how they're suffering. I'm suffering, and I'm 85 years old, and I'm suffering. I can't take the cold, and my little dog won't even go outside. It's so cold. And this person is leaving these dogs outside to bark and cry, and it's uncalled for. And if they can't take care of a dog, they shouldn't have one. If you can't take care of your dog and keep him inside, Why should you have one? You shouldn't have one. It's animal abuse, and I'm an animal activist, and I fight for all kinds of dogs. Dogs are dying in the streets right now. The groups that I'm involved with are picking dead dogs up from behind buildings in yards and parking lots. These dogs are freezing to death, and this is just not right. It's not called for. We are their voice, and we have to speak for them, and we have to help them. They're just poor little animals that are out there, and I can't do it by myself. I need help. We need to start saving these dogs and getting them out of the cold. And this man has 4 of them, and he refuses to put them inside. He refuses to take care of them and keep them warm. And it is just too ungodly cold out there for these poor animals to be left outside all the time. So please help us help these little animals. They've done nothing wrong, and they need us, and we need to help them. They have no one else but us to help them. So please, give us the go to get these dogs away from this man. If he can't take them inside, he shouldn't have them. And if they're cold, he should be outside in the cold with the dogs and let him feel what it's like to be outside like that in this freezing weather. This is unkind, and it's just not right. And you're just finding these frozen dogs all over the place, and it's just not right. If you have a dog, you know what it's like. You love your dog like you love your kids, and you wouldn't leave your kids outside in this cold. And I have little kids that won't even come down to see me in Romeo now because it's so cold their parents won't let them outside. So these little dogs have got to be saved. They've got to come in. They need our help desperately. I know there's a lot of people that need our help too, and I do everything I can to help everybody that I can. And I've taken in a homeless man since I've been into Romeo, and 2 homeless men probably. And I feed the squirrels, and I feed the birds, and I feed the deer, and I feed everything that comes around. And I feed my daughter. She's got 10 feral cats in Sterling Heights, and she can't work. She's disabled and can't work.
Ms. Sharon,
And
Ms. Sharon, that's the time limit.
Okay,
Thank you very
Please
much.
help the dogs, folks, please.
Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission at this time? Hi.
My name is Janet Berenson. My address is 989 Chippewa. And this is regarding the dogs. I just want to tell you something. 2 years ago, during Christmas, New Year's, it was so cold. There were storm warnings and all kinds of stuff going on. And I received a frantic help me call from Miranda that lives right behind the dogs, the one that is supposed to be the neighbor's dispute. And she told me, she goes, can you drive by so you can hear what I'm trying to tell you? Those dogs were wailing. There was ice. I didn't want to leave my house. I called everyone, the 800 numbers, the police, whatever. I even sent a message to Denise. She gave me some numbers. I never, up to this day, have had a return call. My question for this is, what do we do if in the middle of the dead of winter, these animals are screaming in a backyard? What do we do? Who do we call? Is there a human being that is going to answer the call? Is the police going to come in and say they can't do anything because the guy, as soon as he sees that some movement out there, he's going to stick him in the cold garage and say that everything is fine? So that is the question that I have, is what do we do? Because I know that we need proof that he has more than 4 dogs, so now in the summer, somebody's going to have to be looking around when the little puppies come out, when he decides to force breed his females, and the neighbors are watching this stuff going on here. And you have grandparents, little kids watching this stuff, okay? And there is a lot of things that happen that it is very hard to go and get a camera and get you the evidence that you want. You know, like I said, unless you go and like move next door or in a tree or something so you can see it. This is not like some cuckoo thing that, you know, everybody's after. It's not. It's a reality that is happening in our neighborhood for years. And I hate it when it's really cold and I get my neighbors calling me and saying, hey, do you know of anyone? I've called PETA, I've called everyone that you can possibly imagine. No one can help. So this is something that has to be resolved. Our animals, they are not huskies, malamutes, that type of dog. Are they to live outside in the cold? Is a pit bull considered one of those? Those are the questions that we have. Who can help us and where do we call?
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and Merry Christmas to everyone.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission at this time? Okay, seeing no further public participation, we will close public participation and move on to administrative responses to issues or questions raised during the previous meetings. I don't see anything, Mr. Shipman. So we will move on to approval of the minutes.
Move to approve the minutes as presented.
Support.
Any questions or comments on the minutes? Call the roll, please.
Calhoun.
Yes.
Fournier. Yes. Crop.
Yes.
McGarity.
Yes.
Rick.
Yes.
Yor. Yes. Brown.
Yes.
Okay, moving to general business 9A, the audit presentation. I don't think we really need a motion. I guess we do have a motion. I mean, I guess, do you want that before we give the actual presentation?
Move to accept the city's financial report and governance letter for the fiscal year ending in June 30th, 2025 as presented.
Support.
All right, now, Mr. Shipman, we can,
I'll give everybody a quick rundown, Jordan, and then we'll turn you loose. How about that? The City Commission is requested to review and accept the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025 governance letter, which is shown as Attachment 1, and the city's annual financial report, which is Attachment 2. The independent financial audit was performed by Maynard Costerasan. The following are some of the more noteworthy items related to the year-end financials and audit report. The following notes are specifically related to how the city performed on a fund basis. Maynard Costerasan issued an unmodified report which states all funds have been reviewed and accurately present the financial position of each of the funds and the city as a whole. The general fund on revenues of $18,960,426 and expenditures of $17,102,784. The city ended the year with an increase in fund balance of $1,857,642. This is a result of an increase in property tax values, increased revenue in building and inspections due to economic development, and higher interest rates. Both the water and sewer funds showed improvement in operating performance. The water fund improved its net position by $7,096,986, and the sewer fund by $3,285,881. These increases are primarily due to capital grants from outside sources to fund the imperative capital projects over the next several years. The city's net future liability for other post-employment benefits has decreased from $51.7 million to $28.3 million since its inception in 2017. This is due to the city's commitment to increasing its funding of resources into the trust and strategically investing to improve financial results. Equally important is the continued performance of the self-funded health insurance program. The pension system shows an increase in plan assets of $4,027,466. This was the result of the upturn in the investment markets during the past year. In conclusion, the city continues to see financial gains and growing stability in almost all of its funds on an operational basis. The city continues to improve its financial position, which should help with the wide variety of programs and projects needed during the 2026-27 budget year and beyond. And with us tonight is Jordan Smith from Maynard Castirisan, who's the principal. And Jordan, I will turn it over to you. You've all got a handout that Jordan presented you with this evening. You can follow.
So there's the handout for each of you. I really would like to thank Greg and the rest of the city's team. Without them, we can't do our job. We know we're a disruption to the city and the normal day-to-day operations, but we really appreciate everyone's courtesy and cooperation and assistance in helping us to be able to do our job and getting the audit done for the city. That being said, everything I'm going to say is basically redundant for what Greg just said there. So I'll try to talk. I sometimes talk a little quickly, but if you have any questions or clarification, please just interrupt. I'm happy to answer anything I can, and if I don't have it right at my fingertips, I'll get back with you. So please just let me know. Highlighting a few things. The first page, so to speak, independent auditor's report. I don't actually have that letter in here, but it's pages 1 through 3 in the bound financial statements. The independent auditor's report, that's the whole point of an audit. That is the purpose of getting an audit. What type of opinion do you have? The city has a clean, unmodified opinion, all in accordance with GAAP. GAAP being generally accepted accounting principles. So that is the best possible opinion you can get, an unmodified opinion. We could qualify, do an adverse opinion or disclaim an opinion, which we did not. So it's unmodified. Best possible opinion you can get. That letter would also tell you about management's responsibilities, which is for the fair presentation of the financial statements and for internal controls, stuff like that. That's management's responsibilities. Ours as auditors is not to detect fraud. It's not to give an opinion on internal controls. It is to give an opinion on the information in there, and is it reliable? Can you rely on that? Which it is, a clean, unmodified opinion. So, best possible opinion. All right, let's talk about the funds a little bit. I'm going to focus largely on the major funds, which is the general fund, the sewer fund, and the water fund this year. The governmental funds, on a modified accrual basis, are pages 16 and 18 in the actual bound financial statements. It's a current financial resource focus. So there's no long-term debt involved. There's no capital assets or net pension liabilities, stuff like that. It should be a more familiar presentation as you typically budget in your general operating fund. I'm going to focus largely on that. The first graph is is a bar graph showing 5 years. The general fund revenues, expenditures, and fund balance over the past 5 years, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. The blue is your revenues, red is those expenditures and your outflows, and then fund balance is the green there. So you can see in each of the past 5 years, revenues have exceeded expenditures. That's a very positive situation there. As Greg mentioned a minute ago, revenues and other financing sources was about $18.9 million, just under $19 million, which is an increase of 29% from the prior year. I'll talk a little bit more about that here in a second. Expenditures for the year were just over $17.1 million, which was an increase of about 34%. Again, I'll talk a little bit more here in a minute about that. And then fiscal year 25 actually added $1,857,642 to your fund balance. For fiscal year 24, you added about $1.98 million. In fiscal year 25, you added about $1.86 million. What does that mean? That adds to your reserves. And I usually get the question, is that healthy? Is that good? It all depends on your future plans. What is your capital improvement plan? What are you budgeting? Where does the city want to be in the next 5 years? Where does the city want to be in 10 years? And that depends on the reserves and what you need to get there. Going to the next one should be a line graph. Focusing on the general fund, continuing here. Fund balance as a percentage of expenditures and other financing uses. Expenditures and other financing uses, so that outflows, cash going out the door, or out of the general fund at the very least. Fiscal year 25, at June 30, 2025, that's 77%. So you could operate for a little over 9 months of the year, 3/4 of the year, without taking another dime. Obviously, you are taking in more money, property taxes, state share revenue, other funds, but you could operate that. Your high of the past 5 years was 2024 of about 89%, and the low was 2021 of 61%. You can see that in that line graph there. Going to the next one, it should be 2 pie graphs there. General fund revenues and other financing sources. Just a comparison of 24 and 25 and where your revenues come from. As you can see in 24, about 55% of your revenues was from taxes, the big blue half there, but only about 45% in 2025. Taxable value or taxable revenue did increase a little over $400,000. But I'll talk about why that changed here in a second. Intergovernmental revenues were consistent, 22% each year. They did increase because of the HUD grant and CDBG grants. Charge for service increased largely because administrative and rental charges used to be an internal service fund, and those all got transferred to the general fund. So that's all operating now, accounting stuff there. But the reason for the shift in percentage, especially the taxes I just mentioned, was permits. Permit revenue increased about $2.2 million, largely because of the Macomb County Jail project. Just brought in a lot of revenue there. And I'll talk about it in a second. A lot of that went back out for your building department costs. So on the other end, interest or investment earnings increased about 22% or $120,000 year over year. So that's good passive income coming in the door. The next one should be pie graphs again. General fund expenditures and other financing uses for the fiscal year ended 25 and 24, comparison there. General government decreased a little bit. Public safety was 48% in both years, but as I just mentioned a second ago, it increased about $2.1 million. Most of that was the Macomb County Jail project. The building department increased about $1.7 million year over year, those costs, to match up with that revenue, and those are direct costs, not the indirect there. So. The other big thing that you had expenditure-wise, capital outlay. There were some larger projects during the year, but your capital outlay for those larger projects, downtown revitalization, Cherry Street Mall, the Cairns Playground equipment, stuff like that, that increased about $1.5 million, that capital outlay. That's all gets capitalized on the government-wide full accruals. So those are larger items there. I'm going to talk about the proprietary fund financial statements for a second here. That's your water fund, sewer fund in particular I'm going to discuss. This is more like a nonprofit or a for-profit. So these do include your capital assets, do include the allocated net pension liability, net OPEB liability, items like that. You should see a bar graph, sewage disposal system fund net position. 5 years there. This is the fund balance, or your net position, not fund balance, your net position, your reserves there. Your net investment in capital assets is the blue bar. That's the big, large one. That's what you've put into your infrastructure. Green is your unrestricted, what's available there. And largely, you can see in 2025, it became negative. Why did it become negative? Because you've been spending so much to keep the capital assets. You're capitalizing, you have the debt associated with that. This year, though, you also had a net pension asset. So you've put away more money asset-wise in the trust as compared to the expected liability per the actuaries. So you actually have a net pension asset of about $162,000. Revenue overall was up about $2.6 million due to customer billing increase and then capital contributions from the MEDC grant. Expenditures, on the other hand, also increased about $1.5 million or 53% year over year. Increased activity in the wastewater treatment plant, sewer cleaning, the CCTV project, mapping everything out, stuff like that. So,
Can I ask you a question right
yes,
there?
ma'am.
So the unrestricted is negative.
Yep.
Means we basically have no funds, assets. I mean, we can't spend our assets, so currently in those two funds.
Largely
In
that.
the general fund too, I think, if I go back.
It's general fund's not negative. General fund's positive.
Okay, then I have another question for you.
But it is negative there. Largely, that is because of the net OPEB liability. You're looking at the future, and the actuary is saying, here's what your liability is going to be at whatever point in the future. And based on that, less the assets set aside, you come up with that negative. And I'm saying the OPEB, so other post-employment health care, and a not pension because you have a pension asset, so it's restricted.
So if we took the OPEB out, what would it roughly be? Do you have it?
I do not have that number on me, so I apologize.
Okay.
Would it be a positive number?
I would expect it to be positive or at least break even. Do you have that on you, Leslie, or not?
She's looking.
I made a mistake, and I left your financial statements on my desk. I know right where they are on my desk.
It's
I brought the
probably in here somewhere,
presentation.
but somehow you took 80 pages and went down to
Yeah,
this.
that's-
That was good.
Tried to hit the highlights is what I tried for.
But going back to the general fund then too, if you go to the management's discussion and analysis on page 7,
Okay.
it's showing a negative of unrestricted which is probably the OPEB too then.
The
That's
general,
11 million.
Are we talking the general fund
The
or?
governmental activities.
Governmental activities. Yes, that would be probably the OPEB more than anything, without looking at the exact things, but that's my guess. That's usually what it is. And if I remember last year, I'm testing my own memory a little bit, but that's what I believe it was.
11.
Governmental activities does include all those long-term assets. So that includes long-term liabilities, net pension liability, net OPEB liability, but it also includes your capital assets. So there's a lot of money that's been done for infrastructure, and due to those costs there, you eventually will recoup those.
Right.
But you got to get stuff to people as well and from them.
If we do take out the OPEB liability, we'll be at positive about 5 million.
Okay, that's for the water sewer.
It's a big difference.
And Lori, just stand up for a second. So I know everybody's used to seeing Danielle, and she's got the flu. So Lori
That's
Curtis
probably why
works
she
with
didn't call me.
Plant Brand and was kind enough to be able to make that the last minute. So thanks, Lori.
Thank you, Lori. You good?
Good.
All right, I just want to make sure. Moving to the next one is specifically, this is the water supply. So that was the sewer supply, this is the water supply. They don't perfectly mirror each other, but largely, oftentimes, they mirror each other, such as the net OPEB liability. Visual representation here. The red is your capital assets, the infrastructure there. The green, you can see, has been negative for a few years. This year does have a small blue bar of that restricted net position, which is your net pension asset there. Like I said, kind of mirroring the sewer there. Revenue is up about $6.2 million during the year, largely because of capital contributions. The DWSRF grant of about $4.8 million and legal settlement of around $300,000 with 3M. Those type things all went into the revenue this year. Then operating expenses were actually an increase of about $838,000. 2024 was actually down about $940,000. So over the years, really, you're only down about 60 grand year over year, or 2 years year over year. Reason for that, though, increase in building maintenance for various reasons, administrative charges, as I mentioned, general fund, just moving that and where things were, and a large decrease in the OPEB cost recovery, largely based on the actuarial report and things there. So those were the big items. Really, the last slide before the question slide, so to speak, even though I'm happy to answer anytime. But upcoming accounting pronouncements. I just want you to be aware. Next year, FY26, there's 2 accounting pronouncements, GASB 103 and GASB 104, that are applicable. Really, it should not affect the day-to-day operations of the city at all, either one. Financial reporting model improvements. This is very simple summarization, but it's tweaking the way things are shown. They want more consistency, municipality to municipality. There's also some tweaks to the management discussion analysis, MD&A, that you talked about, just where things are. And they want a lot more of an explanation for why things went up or down in that MD&A. So rather than just numbers, like a explanation of it went up by 100,000, why did it go up 100,000? Yeah. GASB 104, disclosure of certain capital assets. Again, a lot more consistency between governments. They want to see consistency, and so they're providing direction on how to record things. So there's a little more, again, to that, but that's a simplified version. Any questions?
Well, I had one question. You know, we moved the ice arena is still floating around in here. And we moved it from a major fund to a minor fund. Is that
Non-major,
correct?
yep.
A non-major. Is that just because of the bonds?
So the ice arena was sold.
Yep.
And those dollars were put into a capital project fund for future capital projects there. So they're restricted for the capital projects of the city, whatever that might be in the future.
But you leave them in the ice arena fund? No, we
It's
moved
called-
them because
it's-
we transferred them out, the funds out, right?
Out of the ice arena, it's now a governmental fund under governmental activities, and I believe it's called a capital project ice arena fund, something to that extent. Sorry, I don't have it in front of me again because I forgot. That's completely on me.
No, that's all right.
Lori, do we know the name of it?
I can find it in. But I thought it was, but, so where do the bonds themselves sit? Because we didn't pay the bonds off, right?
The bonds are in the governmental activities.
So
So
it'll
when the
be in there,
bonds were
too.
obtained, it was actually, the city decided to use them for ice
Right,
arena,
right.
but there was no requirement to actually use them for the ice arena. So they would stay with governmental activities and stayed with the city, as opposed to the ice arena, the asset, all of that was sold off.
Yep.
And it is a capital project fund, it's just called capital improvement.
Okay.
Can you repeat what she said for the public to hear, because she can't, she's not by a mic.
Oh, do you want to come up to the mic and say it so that way it's recorded better on the, that's okay.
Yeah, so the ice arena, it's under capital projects fund, so it's capital improvement ice arena is the name of it now.
So it has been moved.
Yes, it has been moved.
Excellent. Does anyone else have any other questions about the audit? Very excited to see the unmodified.
I was even more pleased to see there was no significant deficiencies.
For the second year in a row?
At least two.
Second or?
Maybe third.
Our third.
I think it's our
I
third.
believe this is our third year doing the audit, just to be clear. I believe the first year we had some budget overages or something like that, something state statute wise, but that was cleaned up in year 2. So I believe this is year 2 of no findings or significant deficiencies.
Excellent. Way to go, team.
Yes, congratulations, team.
And thank you.
Thank you.
You guys were not a trouble in the building at all, I will say. I think I can speak for your staff was excellent, so thank you for.
Wonderful. Thank you.
And anybody else? Then we have a motion on the floor to receive the audit and letter. Let me just get to the motion so I can actually say the correct thing, so I can remind us. I was going to say it's only 80 pages long. All right, so we have a motion to accept the city's financial report and governance letter for the fiscal year ending June 30, 2025, that is supported. Anybody have any questions or comments? Call the roll, please.
Fournier.
Yes.
Crop.
Yes.
McGarity.
Yes.
Rick.
Yes.
Yor.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Calhoun.
Yes.
Okay. Moving to 9B, purchases and payments.
Move to approve purchases and payments as presented.
Support?
Any questions or comments? All right, hearing none, call the roll, please.
Crop.
Yes.
McGarity.
Yes.
Rick.
Yes.
Yor.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Calhoun.
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
I have no agenda, so my iPad's not cooperating. Does anybody have a paper agenda for me?
There is no consent.
Thank you. All right, we will move to consent agenda, and I don't see anything listed. So moving on to city manager's report, Mr. Shipman.
The Mr. Car Wash project at 54 North Groesbeck Highway has received its certificate of occupancy. The Historical Commission held its 2025 Holiday Homes Tour on Saturday, December 6th. It was a successful sold-out event. Please search for the Mount Clemens Historical Commission and Homes Facebook page to see photos of the event. The public hearing for the 2026 CDBG application cycle will be conducted in January. City offices will be closed on Wednesday, December 24th and Thursday, December 25th, 2025 for the Christmas holiday, and Wednesday, December 31st, 2025 and Thursday, January 1st, 2026 for the New Year's holiday. Refuse pickup will run on schedule December 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, and December 29th, 30th, and 31st, but will run one day behind beginning December 25th for the remainder of the week, and again will run one day behind January 1st for the remainder of the week. Christmas trees will be collected by the city's refuse contractor on your regularly scheduled refuse pickup day, beginning Friday, December 26th, 2025 through Friday, January 31st, 2026. Please make sure the tree is bare and not in a plastic bag when placed at the curb for pickup. Winter weather is upon us. Please watch for the city to implement a snow emergency, which requires all parked cars to be removed from the streets so the snow can be cleared curb to curb. If a snow emergency is declared, it will be posted on the city's social media, website, and all local news channels. As always, please use extreme caution when traveling during the winter weather events and bear with us as we do our best to clean the streets during and after the winter weather event. Dog licenses will be available for renewal in the Treasurer's Office Friday, January 2nd through the end of February. You must provide proof of a current rabies vaccination to renew. After February, there will be a $10 late fee. Over in Recreation, we have the Senior Christmas Party, December 19th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Carnes Community Center, featuring joyful music, festive treats, and great company. We have the Youth Open Gym during winter break. That'll be coming up next week. Mount Clemens Youth, stay active, enjoy the special hours throughout the break. You can check the online portal for exact dates and times. And we have the Teen Christmas Party, December 22nd, starting at 1 p.m. at the Carnes Community Center. You can enjoy delicious food, exciting games, and fantastic prizes. Please have your parents or guardian register you online. And just a note that recreation facilities will be closed on December 24th, 25th, and 31st, as well as January 1st. Our community events, once again, the city is offering free parking. It's free after 3 p.m. It's parking in the downtown district through January 1st. And we have the Mount Clemens Kids New Year event, Wednesday, December 31st from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's a kid fireworks show at 9 p.m. and that is hosted by the Discovery Center of Macomb at 54 Cherry Street. And we have the Mount Clemens New Year's Eve Gala event, Wednesday, December 31st, 10:30 p.m., entertainment and fireworks on Main Street. For information on any of our events, you can call 586-469-4168, and Miss Mickey will give you whatever you need.
Is there anyone who have any questions for Mr. Shipman? Okay, hearing none, we will move on to the second opportunity that we give the public to address the commission. Again, we ask that you come to the microphone, you state your name, your residential address, and you abide by our 2-minute rule. If there's anyone who would like to address the commission at this time, we invite you to the microphone.
Summer Pierce, Shafi. Yes, I'm concerned about the landlords keep raising the rents higher, and a lot of people can't afford it. They're going to end up being homeless on the street if they don't got, the landlords can't raise rent and keep a reasonable amount, they can stay in their houses instead of adding to the problem out there. I hate to see people homeless on the street. And y'all have a Merry, Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
And a Happy
Thank
New
you.
Year.
You too, Summer. Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission at this time? Okay, seeing none, we will move on and close public participation and move to commissioner comments. And we'll start with Commissioner Yor.
Thank you. I appreciate everyone who came out tonight, braved the cold, and to join us here. It really is helpful for us to hear other perspectives and other thoughts. I know that we explain that we can't answer things in the moment, but I look forward to hearing some of the answers at our next meeting. I think some people brought some very respectful questions. And I wish everybody a safe, healthy, joyful holiday season. Look forward to coming back in the new year and working together to make more great things happen in our city. So, thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner McGarity?
I'm looking forward to our New Year's Eve celebration, Lord's willing, this year with the fireworks, and encouraging as we can still for our downtown restaurants to try to be open that day. They can really make some good money because it's quite a bit of people that's down there. So downtown restaurants, it's a good idea to stay open till probably 12:30 if you could, for the residents, because we dance and then we get hungry. I wanted to offer Martin Luther King Day. The Macomb County Ministerial Alliance is hosting their annual MLK breakfast, and Stella Award-winning artists will be there as a musician. And if you are interested in a table of 10 or just an individual seat, let me know or look them up on Facebook, and just let them know you're interested in purchasing a ticket for such an event. The other thing is property tax time is coming for our residents to get their taxes prepared for free. The entire flyer and everything will be set by next week. So you'll be able to call Macomb Community Action Center at 586-469-6964. You can drop them off. You can sit and make the appointments. And a lot of seniors are unaware because you get Social Security doesn't mean you don't do taxes. There's a home heating tax credit. There's a homestead property tax credit with you being on Social Security that you could be entitled for. So the best you can do is call. And so start calling Monday and let them know you're interested in that appointment. With that said, I wish everyone a very happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year and all, and remember to take care of yourself, but take care of the people that live in your community.
Thank you. Commissioner Fournier.
Thank you. I want to thank everyone who participated in the light parade. It was a lot of fun. It was extremely cold, but it was a lot of fun. And especially to these guys back here, DPW, Lenny. Now I know who was the guy driving, when the Vector truck came by, which I understand that the lights went out at the last minute, which it didn't, take down from it. I was going, there's our Vector truck, there's our Vector truck. And it's new, look how nice it looks. And everybody's going, so what, But it was an amazing parade. Thank you to everyone for getting out in the cold. Mickey, I know you said despite 3 layers, it didn't work, but it was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. And the restaurants were busy that night too, because if you got the window seat at Bass City, you could stay inside and watch the parade. But it really was a lot of fun. And thank you to the whole finance department at the city. Takes a lot to get through an audit, let me tell you. And that little short report, there's 80 pages here of stuff. And it's a lot of work to check it, to put it together in 15 different ways, and it's a lot of work. So congratulations to them for an unmodified audit opinion and a good internal control report. The Anton Arts Center is open the rest of this week for holiday shopping. I hope everyone will come and get their last minute deals there. And Denise, you didn't mention your event that you're having there. It's on
Sunday the 21st from 11 to 2. We have gingerbread kit houses.
Yes.
For kids.
No charge. Denise is sponsoring this.
Yep.
And you can come to the Arts Center and make a gingerbread house between 11 and 2. I just want to get this on the...
Yeah. And we're buying a lot of extra frosting so you can lick the spoons.
But don't put them back in the jar.
Having just done this for a family party, we had 12 kids doing it. It's crazy. It's good that it's the last day. Because it'll take a while to get all that off the floor.
And
But
there'll be cocoa and some snacks upstairs for the adults who are shopping.
yes, very nice. And thank you for sponsoring it. We really appreciate that. And I also wish everyone a blessed Christmas and a new year of health and peace and just in general goodwill, that we are all continue to work together for our city and for each other. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Brown.
Well, I'd like to say that I, too, wish everyone a healthy, happy, wholesome holiday season and a safe holiday season. I also want to say that in light of these very, very frigid temperatures, I think it's very incumbent upon us to remember that some people have insufficient heating. And check on people who live alone, check on seniors, check on people who don't get out much, have disabilities, special needs, and make sure that they're warm enough, because there are a lot of people in the city who aren't. And I mean, an extra space heater, an extra blanket would help folks, and sometimes you need to check on a senior to make sure that they know how to operate a space heater and that it's not a liability, that it's a safe one. So just be mindful, everybody. to spread the love this holiday season.
Thank you. Commissioner Calhoun.
I am very happy about this car wash on Groesbeck right by my house. And the free vacuums they have, this is going to be great. But I'm very excited to see that development happening there. I appreciated the presentation on brownfields from Allrow Steel and hearing how it works with the other brownfield project we have at the Victory Inn. I asked the city manager, and I'm excited to hear more about, he's agreed to put together a presentation soon about economic development and just an overview of how it all works. And I think that'll be a great way for us to see the work that goes into getting these projects here. And so I'm very excited about that. Let's see here. I appreciate everyone who came to speak about different issues in the community. I am very, it's good that the city administration and the city manager worked hard to have an investigation done into specifically into the situation with the dogs by the sheriff's office with the Macomb Animal Control. And so I appreciate the work and the care that was put into that. I appreciate the city commission years ago adopting the ordinances that the county has and really looking out and strengthening those and looking out for the animals in our community. And for continuing to respond to those, to our animal control officers and to administration for staying on top of that. I also appreciate those who come to speak about the homeless in our community and those who are doing the work to take care of them, especially when it's cold outside. In particular, McCrest is doing a really good job taking care of people. Got a call the other day, and Commissioner McGarity can attest to this too. There was a person who is experiencing some difficulty, and they were able to reach out to Commissioner McGarity with Macomb Community Action. They're getting help from McCrest. So these community partners coming together to take care of people is really good to see. And so those who are going through very unfortunate circumstances, making sure that they have access to these opportunities for help is important, and I'm glad we have organizations that are doing so much, including the city. When SNAP benefits were cut off, and even throughout the holiday season, making sure that there's food available for folks, making sure that there's assistance. The donation box is overflowing in the lobby. And so that's just a testament to the work that's being done, and those in the community whose work I did not mention, we're very appreciative of it as well. This has been a really great year. I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. I'm excited for what the new year is going to bring us, and I'm really excited to go take a closer look at all the doors and the decorations here in City Hall. The aliens in particular are cool. But just happy that everyone's in the spirit and that we're taking care of each other. I'm looking forward to next year.
Thank you. Thank you. Commissioner Rick.
Thank you. First, I would like to say to anybody who has an issue or wants to report a problem, continue to call the city during the daytime and report it. After hours, you can call the police. If it's animal control or noise issue or what have you, there have been reforms inside the city hall that you may not see in how reports are handled and how records are kept. And all I will say other than that is if you have reported something and you don't hear back, call the city hall or report on the website through the report and issue. Include where you called, when you called, and how long where you called, when you called, who you called, and what the issue is, so that we have a record of that and can figure out, is there a phone number that's not working, or is there somebody who can't get into their voicemail, or is there somebody who maybe the city leadership needs to make sure that they are checking their voicemail. It could be any number of things, but there is a lot more direct oversight and process improvement that's happened here over the last couple of years, and I would encourage you, if there is anything that you think is an emergency, call it in. And the thing about having a former firefighter as a city manager, we always take the call. We never assume that this one time is going to be just like other times. We always take the call. And as long as we continue to do that, please continue to call it in. I'd like to thank the city staff who put together a toy drive thing. I don't know what the word is for it. Are you going to speak on that at all? They had all these toys out here for kids, make sure that, yeah. It was a real cool thing. They've been doing it for a couple years now. Glad to see that happen. Something else I'd like to highlight, the Mount Clemens Community School District's Parent Advisory Committee is hosting a PACMAS potluck on December 17th at 6:30 p.m. over in the cafeteria at the high school. There's been a whole bunch of downtown businesses that have stepped up to provide all kinds of delicious food, possible raffle gifts. It's going to be a good time, a good chance to get to know the other parents at the school or other community members and leaders, and I encourage anyone who's available to attend. Also, that's the night of the school board meeting, so if you're looking for something maybe a little more exciting, you could go to that instead. But that is there's about 15 downtown businesses that have stepped in to help support that event, and it's really cool to see the community coming together like that. Speaking of downtown businesses, I'd like to encourage everyone to shop local. While you are shopping local, watch your step. There's ice out there. It is impossible to always get all of it. Just be careful, watch out for each other, watch out for yourselves while you're walking. Falls are a very dangerous thing. Do not assume that you are as limber as you thought you were. Just be careful out there. And then I'll give my standard plug. There's lots of openings on our boards, committees, and commissions. The website has a new format that I particularly like, where it's a drop-down for each committee or commission. It's got information about it, who's currently on it, when their time expires, as well as the list of what current openings there are. If you're interested in serving on one of them, I recommend checking that website and calling the city for more information. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Rick. All right, I want to thank the DDA and the city for the light parade. It was, as Commissioner Fournier said, it was really fantastic, and I want to definitely reiterate the incredible work that the streets and water department did in taking all the city trucks. The kids were just so thrilled with that. Even the water department even went as far as making a tree out of a plunger. Thought that was pretty awesome. It was amazing. So thank you to everyone who participated in that. You guys really went above and beyond, and it was, like I said, the kids it's such a fun night, and the kids enjoyed it. And even though it was wind chills below zero, and you couldn't cover your face enough, it was so cold. But we did it, and it was really fun. So next year, hopefully we'll be blessed with some better weather, and it'll be a little bit bigger of a turnout. But I would encourage all of you to attend if you didn't get the chance. I want to congratulate the finance team for their unmodified audit. They do an incredible job, and every year when we are able to really have that level of faith in the numbers. As a governing board, we really rely on that to make decisions. And when we don't have that type of assurity that the numbers are what they are, then it's difficult to make decisions. It's difficult to really go out on a limb and say, yes, we can afford something, or no, we can't. And so now having that assurance that we can say, yes, we know where the city's finances are, and we know where they're going, and I just can't tell you how important that is. And since I was here on this board when we didn't have that, now having it is an incredible feeling. And so thank you so much to the team at Plant Moran, and then also the City Hall team as well. You guys did a great job this year again. I want to thank a lot of the teammates at City Hall, but then also some of the city commissioners who did participate in this year's Macomb Charitable Foundation. We adopted several families, and forgive me, do you remember how many, Kathy?
Families?
Yeah,
I believe it was 22
yeah,
kids.
it was quite a few, 22 kids, and so, and several of the families had, 2 or 3 kids with them, but it was incredible to see what the asks were of the kids, and it just made you feel grateful that you were able to help another family, and hope that kids are going to really have a great day opening those presents on Christmas Day, and those parents can rest assured that they've made that happen. So I want to thank all the City Hall members and the city commissioners who were able to participate in that. So it was that was an incredible day to be able to put all of the toys out and really show what we accomplished with that. I want to thank the commission for their service. This isn't an easy job, and I appreciate you coming and spending time away from your family and serving our community. I'm proud to serve at the same table with you, so thank you, and I hope that all of you have a wonderful holiday and lots of rest in the next 2 weeks, because I think 26 is going to be a really great year for the city of Mount Clemens. I also want to thank our city staff and our residents, and I hope all of them have a wonderful holiday season. I hope that they also take advantage of our New Year's Eve celebration for both families at 9 o'clock and everyone else who wants to stay up late at midnight. It's the fireworks I hear are going to be pretty spectacular. So if you're going to brave the cold, it's worth it. As Commissioner McGarity says, we dance, then we eat. All right, and last but not least, happy birthday to our city manager, Mr. Shipman.
We're going the other way now.
All right, and with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to close meeting.
Adjourn.
End it.
Okay. Got it. Did you get that, Kath? Anyone want to support that? All right. All those in favor? Any opposed? All right. Good night, everyone. Happy holidays. Meeting adjourned.